Personal finance Reddit question. So, Aaron, do you find one?
Here, I got a good one actually. And it's a little bit of it's more business, not exactly financial independence, but it's off the Reddit page, true off my chest, and it's titled "How the fuck do we accept the 9 to 5?" And it says, "I know I have to pay. I know I have bills to pay. I'm not stupid, but that doesn't mean I am happy doing work. Just because work schedules were worse in the past doesn't mean it isn't time to grow as a community and help encourage a healthier work-life balance. And those of you commenting with your longer hour jobs are proving my point. I think you guys have seriously missed the point on my post. Clearly, some of you cannot read, so I am taking. Let me get to the good part. It genuinely baffles me that we have just accepted that this is how life should be. Wake up an hour or so before work to commute just to spend 8 hours of our day working a bullshit job and then commute back home and have 3 hours left? And then we have to use those 3 hours to do extra shit we couldn't do during our work schedule. Why the hell have we just accepted this lifestyle? The worst part is how we are forced to do this because half the time we can't even afford anything on a full-time job, let alone a part-time job. I don't even have time to spend doing the things I enjoy anymore because I'm tired after my job. It doesn't even make life feel worth living. I would kill for a 4-day work week or less work hours in the day. I'm not even asking for much, just a little more time to enjoy my life." And then it says, F 5 days a week, F the 9 to 5, F capitalism, man. Let me just chill at home with my guinea pig instead of dreading every waking hour.
Wow, so that is pretty dang
What do you think
bold.
about that, huh?
First thing that pops into my mind, did they say anything about their age? If they did, don't tell me what their age was.
No.
Well, I'm going to guess they're like in the 20s.
Yeah.
Me too.
They sound like they just got out of college, or maybe they've been working a job outside of college for a couple of years and they're fed up with it.
They're used to the college life of not doing anything for, and which, my mom brought this up. It's like, I got used to just sitting around, and I actually got,
Me too.
I got antsy where I was like, okay, I got to be doing something. I can't just be sitting in a dorm.
That's a really good point.
Especially with like Zoom classes that you don't have to commute, you don't have to walk to your classes. That's like a few hours right there. Being in the walking to class, waiting for the professors to come. You literally take a few Zoom classes and you're just in your room all day doing nothing if you don't have a part-time job.
So, all right, we'll go around the table and give some input, I guess.
Yeah. So the thing is, so I hear a lot of people like saying, this 9 to 5 job. That's actually bad to hear as a business owner, because as a business owner, you want someone that comes into work like on the dot and like not, does the work and then goes home.
As a business, really? Well, give me more detail on
as a business owner, because employees. So I want employees that stay around, like what they're doing, and then go back home. But if this guy just wants to sit at home all day, not collect whatever he's collecting, how is he making money? What, he's gonna piggyback off of other people? I don't know. Sounds like that guy just needs. I want to know what he works for.
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot of variables.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's a lot of details.
What do you think,
like
Steven?
what? There are a lot of details, but like, so they definitely hate what they do, right? Because a lot of people will work more hours, right? Because they like what they do, right? So, and it's kind of tough to tell you the truth. Like, I am hearing a lot. Like, some people say that some countries are doing 4-hour work weeks, 30-hour work weeks, and then at the same time, like, is that like, are we being greedy? Because or what? Or should we have less hours? Right? And like, I don't really know. Because again, there are people working 50 to 80 hours a week, right? And some people are doing what they love. Some people aren't. So I think, yeah, again, there's so many variables. Her kind of saying F capitalism is kind of pushed into maybe she's kind of lazy, and just doesn't.
Maybe a socialist like mindset.
Yeah, maybe she didn't go to college and now she's stuck. And didn't do a trade either, and doesn't have any certification. And has to work cashier or customer service or some low paying job that is boring, man. It sucks. I'll tell you, like, working as a cashier freaking for 8 hours, it makes me want to shoot myself, man. Like, it really does.
Well, I'll keep mine short too then. I think for her, the quick answer is, if she really lacks that enjoyment, she needs to do her own thing, because she doesn't appreciate the 9-to-5 lifestyle. I myself don't intend to work the 9-to-5 lifestyle, and I know most of us here and a lot of people we associate with and watch videos of, they don't do the 9-to-5 lifestyle. But she doesn't necessarily appreciate it. And I'm not saying you have to appreciate a 9-to-5 lifestyle, but if she goes out and does her own thing and gambles her time, her money, and her energy and fails, I guarantee you she's going to appreciate the 9-to-5 lifestyle at that point.
And to tell you the truth, that's kind of exactly where I am right now, right? 1099 worker, I have to find my own clients. I get paid when I find jobs, right? And then I see you, John, working a 9-to-5 job, right? And I'm like, man, he could get insurance. He's got these stock options. He's got all this. It's like, and since I'm at the beginning of my job, like, you obviously like benefiting more, right? And so like, it's crazy because like when I first started, I was like, dang, I'm gonna get my real estate license. Let's go. I'm gonna, like, I knew I wasn't gonna make that much money, like when I first started, but still, like,
but I was gonna lose.
But like, it's like when you look back at it, it's like, I do appreciate the 9-to-5 more now.
100%, because once you've had a taste of lacking the consistency, you go back and 9-to-5 is much more appealing. I'm sure on the first day, or maybe the first month or the first year of working as a sales rep that only works for commission, or starting your own business, if you end the year with a net loss, I'm sure you'd be jealous of the 9-to-5. Now, in her situation, I think unfortunately, she doesn't align herself with that crowd. I definitely agree she's probably more on the socialist side, and she really, if she has extra time in the day, I don't think she wants to use it to better herself. I think she wants to use it to relax. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not saying there is. I know a lot of people that are like that, but I don't think it's necessarily a good reason to say the workday should be shorter so I can have more time to relax. I don't think she understands how the other 98% of the world works.
Yeah.
There are not 5-day work weeks. There are 7-day work weeks, and there's not air conditioning, and there's just a lot of pieces of the puzzle missing. Aaron, you had a really good point. Last thing I want to hit on. Let me ask you this. Let's say you own a successful lawn mowing company. Can you ever expect one of your employees to work as hard as you?
No. I can never expect that, because
It'd be selfish if you did.
Yeah. Now, if they get a portion of the profit, maybe, but I can't assume that they will care for, my business. So,
and if you gave them a clear route for, hey, this is what, if you do this work and if you exceed this work, here's your path to move up. Mm-hmm. Then it would be reasonable to expect them to, and I'll let you share in the profit savings and the profit, increasings. Mm-hmm. Then it would be reasonable to expect them to work just as hard as you, because you're replicating, the reward you get, you're passing it down to them.
Yeah. So, there's this one term, it's called paid for performance. And it's actually something that I think a lot of, service-based type stuff is, I think it should go to tips, but it's paid for performance. You get a percentage of the labor revenue that comes from like the job. So if the job costs, $40 for the person goes out, but if that person only makes like, $15 an hour, it's like, okay, they're just there, they're like, waste time, things like that. So they also get a percentage of that $40 on like what they. So if they do a lot of jobs, and like it benefits me and it benefits them.
Yeah,
because it's paid. They're being paid more.
They're sharing in the gains.
Yeah. So
gain sharing. I think that's actually a real term.
And I think stock options for employees is a nice aspect to get the employees, feeling a part of the business profit and things like that. So
do you think, Steven, the stock options of Publix, the valuations of those stocks are too far away from your cashier? Like, let's say, how many cashiers do you know at Publix that go in and serve the customers above and beyond because they know that tiny little bit of help is going to increase the stock?
Very little, and I can never see it.
So that's an example of very distant pay for performance.
And then and same Publix says that it does, and I think TMC does too, right? They literally their thing in their motto, right, is what
destination excellence, company owned,
right? And Publix shouts at it all the time. Oh, we're employee owned, right? And like being a bagger, being a cashier, I can never see it that way.
Right.
I cannot.
It's just so far away.
You're so far down on that.
So I think, Aaron, what you're saying, I 100% agree. And I think that's an amazing tactic to use for a small business. Mm-hmm. You bring in people, hey, if you give me your time, I'll make sure you're is just as incorporated in my company as I am.
Yeah, there's a saying with like contractors, like on YouTube and things, pay your people good so they stay around.
Right.
And they don't hate you for it.
Yeah.
So, and that returns, a lot more money in the long run because you're not dealing with turnover and things like that. So, yeah. Or
you have now when people show up to work, they may even show up an hour early or 2 hours early. Who knows? Yeah. Because they know in the long run, they may not be risking money like you, and they're sure not making as much money as you. But they know there's reason, there's monetary incentive and a sense of accomplishment because they're linked to the company gains.
Especially if it's a small company, you get 5%, 7% of the company.
The small companies. I mean, I think that's the reason why so many people flock to the small stuff, and that the big stuff bigger companies may have to start out with a much higher salary just to compensate for the fact that, hey, we're not going to cut you in on 5%.
It's funny that Brandon Turner in Bigger Pockets was just talking about this, and he said he actually only owns 51% of Open Door Capital because in the beginning he had to do exactly that. He needed specialists that were very, very good at the job, and he couldn't afford to pay them what they deserve. So he had to give away some of his company, and he says it was totally worth it.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, that's completely right. So.
That was a good topic. I really like that one. But we got to move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Sure. So that's the gain sharing and
9 to 5 job.
9 to 5 job versus doing your own stuff.